A federal judge set to hold a hearing later this afternoon determining whether the Trump administration defied his order blocking the deportation of Venezuelan migrants. The case centers on the administration's use of an 18th century wartime law to deport hundreds of migrants without due process. ICE says it's arrested more than 1,100 suspected gang members, many of them sent to El Salvador's notorious terrorism confinement center. The question is that lawful? NewsNation's Tom Dempsey joins us live on Capitol Hill with the latest on this debate. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Marni. Yeah, this hearing kicking off in just a few hours right here in Washington, D.C. all revolves around that question of whether or not the Trump administration violated that court order to halt deportations of those over 130 alleged Venezuelan gang members. And ahead of this hearing today, right here on NewsNation, we heard from the White House press secretary who stood by the administration's response. Take a listen.
We maintain our position that violent foreign terrorists need to be deported from our nation's interior. And I think it's incredibly alarming, frankly, that you have a modern-day Democrat Party that is standing up for terrorists and wants this administration to turn around plane loads of designated foreign terrorists from brutal gangs like Tren de Aragua, like MS-13, that have taken the lives of innocent, law-abiding American citizens in our country.
And as far as the backup heading into this case, all this started last month when immigration officers deported over 130 alleged Venezuelan gang members to El Salvador. Right around that same exact time, a federal judge ordered the planes to turn around, with questions going around about whether or not the people deported were actually gang members and whether or not the Trump team had the authority to remove them using a wartime law. A big part of today's hearing, take a look at this information here. It's going to revolve around the timeline of those flights and when Judge James Boasberg issued the orders to halt the deportations. As we can see here, the timeline shows the first flight took off at 5:26 p.m. after the hearing had begun. At 6:47 p.m., the judge verbally blocked the deportation order. The judge's order was entered at 7:26 p.m., but the Justice Department has withheld some information, claiming it as part of a state secret privilege, and says no planes took off after the written order was filed. But Judge Boasberg says his verbal order should have been enough to ground the planes. The ACLU says this case could set a precedent for generations.
The long-term implications are staggering, that now a president would have authority to name any gang as falling under the Alien Enemies Act, round up people who he claims are associated with that gang, and send them to El Salvador prisons.
Marni, this hearing kicks off at 3 p.m. Eastern time here in D.C. And important to note, in the meantime, that order halting the deportations under the Alien Enemies Act, that remains in effect until April 12th. Marni?
At this point, Tom, what's the response to all this on Capitol Hill?
Well, Republicans very frustrated that this federal judge, James Boasberg, has been able to sort of stop some of the Trump agenda. And some Republicans are vowing to take action with this sort of issue. So here on Capitol Hill, we've seen a number of things done in response to all this. One plan would limit the power of federal judges to impose nationwide injunctions like the ones in recent weeks. And at the same time, Republican Representative Brandon Gill from Texas, he's filed articles of impeachment against Judge Boasberg, with nearly 24 House Republicans signing on as co-sponsors. Now, something to note with all this, several Senate Republicans have voiced concerns with that impeachment plan. And also important to note that even if all Republicans vote in favor of that impeachment article to remove Boasberg from the bench, it would take over a dozen Senate Democrats to successfully remove the judge from the bench, Marni.
All right, Tom, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.